Hey guys, this is Danielle with The Perfect Face Cosmetics, and I am super blessed to have my little cousin in town. She is a gorgeous blonde-haired, blue-eyed 18-year-old, and I want to show you guys like a quick tutorial on how to get just a really fresh look for teens, and then we're going to bump it up to something that's great for homecoming, prom, any of those type of things. We're going to use a moisturizer I love called Embryolisse, and kind of pat this all over the skin so we evenly distribute it. So Victoria let me know that she has a little bit of oily skin, so we're gonna go in with our liquid powder primer, and this is gonna be great for every day, but it's really great if you're going to be doing like photographs, something for prom or anything like that. Are you in any like school activities, Victoria?
I do like clubs at my school.
What does your clubs do?
I'm an Interact club and we volunteer around the community.
Oh, I love that, that's awesome. So there's probably days that you're out and it might be a little bit warm and you're volunteering. Well, this is actually going to keep the oils at bay and it'll keep your skin looking really fresh. So all I do is just kind of tap that into the areas that she would normally get shiny. So the next thing I'm going to use is our Picture Perfect foundation in the shade P2, and I'm actually going to use this as her eyeshadow base. Just a tiny bit goes a very long way. I'm going to be applying this with our concealer brush, and we're just tapping it onto the eye with like a little feathery motion, going to the inner corner, all the way out to the outer corner, and making sure I get to the lash line and up to the brows. Turn just a little. And all that does is it helps your eyeshadow adhere a little bit better, but it also gets rid of like any spider veins, any dark circles, and just gives you a fresh palette to work with. Next, I'm going to be setting that with our Picture Perfect powder in the shade Cream Puff. Close for me. I want to make sure I pat out any little lines that may have formed, and then I'm going to go in and press that in with our fluff brush. And that's actually going to set that foundation. So starting with her eyeshadows, I'm using a shade called Sweet Dreams. She has these gorgeous kind of gray blue eyes, and the peach tone in Sweet Dreams is going to help that really stand out. Close. And I'm just going to pat that across her lid, and this is our large shadow brush. I'm not worrying about any fallout right now because we will clean up underneath afterwards. Open for me. She has these gorgeous lids, lots of space to work with. The next shade that I'm using on her is Texas Rose. We're going to use this in her crease to create a little bit of depth, and I'm applying that with our crease brush. Nice. I'm actually going to apply a little bit more in the outer corner and then slowly start to sweep it in. And just a back and forth motion, almost like a windshield wiper. Then I'm going to clean that brush off. I'm just lightly wiping it on a towel. And then I can blend out any little harsh edges with a clean brush. Next, I'm going to give her a little bit of a pop of highlight on the inner corner of the eyes as well as the brow bone. Close for me. So I just kind of concentrate this more by the tear duct. Now, she is very fair-skinned, and so I'm using a color called Snowstorm. If you have a little bit more color to your skin, if you're in the range of like our colors of Y5, Y6, Y7, a good color would be Vanilla. So once we have that highlight, we want to go in and blend it out. Again, I'm using my crease brush, and I've just cleaned it off. Close for me. And I'm just softly sweeping back and forth, and basically blending that with her crease color and then also her lid color. I like to bring a little bit of the highlight kind of down below the tear duct as well. Turn for me. A little here as well. Come straight. Look how blue those eyes look. I love it. Next thing I'm going to do is just give her a little bit of a soft line using our liner brow brush and espresso eyeshadow. We're going to keep it very soft right across the lash line. So I want to start in the middle of her lashes, and then I'm going to work across and just little dashes. and then the same thing working backwards. And all this is gonna do, it's gonna accentuate her lash line, making it look a little bit fuller, and it really will define the eye, making it pop a little bit more. Close. Little strokes, keeping it as close to the lash line as possible. Look at me. Okay, look down here, just with your eyes. Bring your head back a little, and then down there. Perfect. And then down this way. Good. Okay. We're also going to go in with a little bit of color underneath the lower lash line. And I'm going to use a shade called Light Contour, which we're actually going to be using to contour her cheekbones as well. Bring your chin down for me and look way up. Here you go. Try to see looking way up at the ceiling. Perfect. You're doing great. Okay, look straight in for me. Next, I'm gonna go in and just clean up any fallout that we have below the eye. Just using a makeup wipe, look way up at the skin. And since this is a day look for something just really simple, we're actually gonna use our mineral makeup for this look. The first thing I wanna do is give her a little concealer. It's gonna be the same color that we used on her eyelids. And then we're gonna do, for her foundation, we're using our mineral makeup in the shade Bare. Chin down and eyes up. Look, good. So I'm going in again with my concealer brush, just little tiny movements. Just patting it on, and this is our Picture Perfect foundation in the shade P2. Same thing over here. And this is just gonna brighten under the eye, get rid of any little dark circles because she's been up studying all night for her finals. We wanna make sure all that is gone. Then I can go back in with my flat foundation brush, or if you prefer like our Perfect Blender sponge, this is where you would go in and just kind of blend that out. A little, look up for me. Next, I'm gonna go in with our mineral makeup in the shade Bare, and it's actually a powder-based formula. It's SPF 20, but it gives amazing coverage. So she already has absolutely gorgeous skin. If there's any little pink shining through, I can go in and just simply paint this on. If you want more of a sheer look, you can actually use our blush brush or powder brush. Anywhere where it's pink, we wanna go in and just give a little more coverage. Go like this. Usually around the nose, you'll get little spider veins, that sort of thing. And the mineral makeup will actually go in and cover all of that. So how does it feel on your skin?
Feels very light.
Does it feel like sticky or heavy or anything like that?
It does not.
Good.
Almost doesn't feel like it's there at all.
That's even better. Okay, come straight. And it does have a really pretty glow to the skin, which I absolutely love. It's almost like an opalescent, so it gives you that highlight that of course everybody tries to achieve, and you don't have to do much for it. So pretty. So that's just a simple foundation. Next, we're gonna give her a little pop of color in her cheeks, and I'm using a shade called Blushing Bride. Close your eyes. Very high on the cheekbone, and that's actually going to elongate her face. It's gonna make the cheekbone look a little bit higher. Turn this way for me. Good. So pretty. And then every teen nowadays, pretty much everybody likes a little bit of contour. So we do want to go in with some contour. The shade I'm using on Victoria is called Light Contour. So it's going to accentuate her beautiful fair skin. And I'm just going right underneath the cheekbone, and I actually kind of swirl it a little bit right around her cheekbone right here. So it blends up with the blush. And I'm applying very little, and I can always add more. Turn this way. So now we want to go in and give her the same contour on the other side. Again, this is light contour. I'm just doing a soft swirl, but I'm making sure in slow motion, like I'm not touching her actual cheekbone. And I just kind of lightly brush it up into the blush. Come straight for me. I'm gonna give her a little bit around the hairline just to warm up the face. Which looks really nice for summertime. If you've watched any of my tutorials before, you know I always contour under the chin no matter what age you are. It just kind of helps the face stand out just a little bit more. And so I'm gonna go in right underneath her chin, not on her chin, because we don't wanna round out the face, but we're gonna go underneath and down the throat, and then a little bit on the sides just to blend it out. We'll give her a little dab under the nose. She has such a cute little button nose. So I just curled her lashes, and I'm gonna go in and we're gonna fill in some brows, give her some mascara, and then lips. So I'm actually using 2 brow shades on her. We're gonna mix Truffle and Morning Fog. She has very fair blonde hair, but her brows are a little bit darker. So if I just use the Morning Fog, it's gonna be too dark, Truffle's gonna be too light. We wanna mix them together for that perfect look. So I'm gonna create like a little line here at the base of the brow, feather up from there, and I'm gonna bring her brows in just very slightly, just to kind of give a little bit better shape to the eye. Then I'm going in and filling in the top of the brow so we can give her a little bit of height to that arch. Turn for me. And then from there, I'm gonna go in from the top of the arch and then go to the tail end of her brow, and then fill in everything else that's needed. After I've done the base, the top, and the outside, we're gonna go in and just fill in any little areas that are sparse that need extra attention. And then same thing for the other side. Little base brow, and then I'm gonna bring it in very slightly. Fill in the top of the brow up to the arch. From the arch, we're gonna go down to the tail end. Then with what's left over on the brush, we're gonna fill in any extra areas that need it. With Victoria's fair skin and fair hair, I actually feel like a brown mascara is gonna complement her features a little bit better. So when I apply mascara, look down for me. We wanna go on top of the lashes first. We're gonna give them a good coat. This is gonna kind of thicken them up a little bit. And do both eyes. Stay looking down. After we've done that going down, a little more mascara, and then I'm gonna have you look all the way this way, just with your eyes. Look right about here. Perfect. I take a spoon because she does have long lashes, and I can get all the way to the root of the lashes. Blink. And apply a lot more mascara without bothering her eyes, as well as without messing up her eyeshadow. Look this way, over this way, and then down some. Perfect. Awesome. So once we have mascara on both top lash lines, we're gonna go in and add a little bit to the bottom. Bring your chin down for me and then look up. And I just kind of run it back and forth. Chin down a little more. There you go. And super long bottom lashes. For her lip color, I'm using a shade called Savoir Faire. It's a really pretty kind of peachy nude. It's actually one of my favorite. So her lips naturally have a lot of color to them already. Like, she's born with these. It's totally not fair. But I am gonna go in and give them a little bit more of a peach hue, since that's the colors that we're going with on the rest of the face. I wanna keep everything a little bit monochromatic to kind of tie everything together. And we're applying her lipstick first. Then I want you to rub them And I'm going to use a liner called Cameo. Keep them close for me. And I'm very slightly overlining her top lip just to kind of give a little more balance. All right, so this is her polished teen look. If she's gonna go do her volunteer work, if she wants to just kind of go out with her girlfriends, that sort of thing. Am I blocking you or anything? Am I tickling you? Yeah. I love it.
Okay.
You're doing good, Jen. I personally like a little more coverage, and so anywhere where it's pink, let's redo this. Sorry. Did I tickle you?
I'm so sorry.
Are you laughing?
Oh
'cause
yeah,
you about
yeah,
it?
that's my ticklish spot.
I'm
I think
sorry.
you're right here.
YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all the things, so make sure you come see that.